like everybody else, one of my good friends that I went to junior college with, she actually recruited me into
No
the
audio?
business.
Gotcha. Although gotcha. Working on audio. It's okay. And feedback. Good? Is that, you can hear me now? Okay. We got we got thank you, Pueblita. We have audio. All right, cool. One second. Should we start from the top? We're live anyway. We'll keep flowing. Cool. If you're just tuning into us right now, I'm Matt Sapaula, commonly known as the Money Smart Guy. Great to be with you guys here. Having to make a tough decision. Yes, you watching right now. Have you ever had to make a tough decision? I'm glad you're joining us because those tough decisions end up becoming some of the best decisions. So, right? Haha. All right. So I'm here with Edgar, Diaz, and Iris Avelar from San Jose, California. And let's talk about that. How did you guys get started as entrepreneurs?
So I started with the previous company, which is called the Practice Company, back in 2014. I got recruited into the business from a good friend of mine that I went to junior college with out in Santa Cruz, California. I gave him a simple call. Actually, she texted me, showed me a quick test. Edgar, how you been? How's everything going? Hey, we start working at a financial office out here in Milpitas, California. Do you ever keep your options open to make some more money? And at the time, I was going through some tough times in life, and I was actually looking for a hope of light.
Guys, no more echo? Okay, no more echo now? Okay, cool. I guess we're good. We're solid. Okay, go ahead. All right.
I was looking for the specific light through God that was going to guide me towards a perfect path in life to help me become a better person. And so I came into this interview, and then they interviewed me at the financial office. They liked my skills. They liked my personality. Told me I could do really good here. Told me I could make $100,000 my first year if I came all in. And I was like, man, it sounds too good to be true.
Yeah.
I was like, but if you tell me I can make $100,000, I'll do whatever it takes.
So what were you doing before?
At the time, I was a full-time student at San Jose State University, major in business finance, and I was a manager at Metro PCS cell phone store. So I've always been involved around sales and talking to people, customer service, and I love that stuff. It makes sense. I love talking to people, staying active. And I went to school for business finance because I realized business makes the world go round. So
in finance.
Exactly. Money business. So ever since then, I went all into the industry. Been in the industry for 3.5 years, and it was a great life changing.
Right.
Changed me to a person I am today. So everything that happened in the past, I thank for it. The people who were in my path of life before, I thank them for everything. But it's a new chapter in life from now on.
Yeah.
On you. And
Gotcha.
we're going to the top.
That's it, man. So from Metro PCS, college student, into financial services industry with a practice company, where you kind of establish yourself, find your roots, and then now you've moved on, and now obviously in business with us.
Exactly.
Cool. What about you? How did you get started in business, and why for you would you even consider entrepreneurship? Because a lot of people out there, man, you know what? I'm a scenario, and by the way, if you're a single parent out there, you need to pay attention to this part. You're going to love this story. But it was a tough decision for you to begin with, because I'm pretty sure you're very busy.
Yeah, definitely. I was really busy. From the beginning, I went through a really bad divorce. So I got left with, my 2 children. I have to pick up 3 jobs. So when a person has to go through that, they have to pick up 3 jobs. The income was good. The income was good, but I never got to spend time with my kids. And to me as a mother, that's the main thing for me, is to have that quality time with my children. To me, that is being there. That is a mother.
Yeah.
Being there for your children. Sure. Not only financially, but also there, to raise them, to see them talk, to see them walk, And they're both under the age of 4. So they're small, But when I did that for about 6 months. I had 3 jobs for 6 months, and it just wore me out.
How many guys can relate? Comment below. If you can relate, comment below. If you are a single mom, single dad, and you have 1, 2, 3 job, man. Comment below. We'd love to know your story, because let's go. I'm waiting for the moment here. You tell me the turning point.
So at the time, I was a night server. I used to a full-time night server, and then I worked as a barista, and then I also used to run a company. So I was a secretary for a company, and I used to do that part-time at home. And I remember, you know, I went to Safeway. And when I was there...
Safeway, for those of you in Illinois, that's kind of like Jewel. That's actually the parent company of Jewel, Safeway.
Okay.
Yeah. All these Californians. Albertson. Ralph's. Rallies.
But somebody came up to me, you know, and they spoke to me. And they told me that there was an opportunity, business opportunity, you know. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'm at a point in my life where I need something like this. You know, I'm at a point in my life where... And he even told me if you could make an extra income on the on the side, you know, would you be interested? And I was like, yes, of course. Why wouldn't I be? You know, this is not something that I want to do forever. This is not something that I like to be doing. So I went in and I really liked it. I really liked how the entrepreneurship was, you know, and I was like, you know what, this is for me. And like, if I'm putting this much, you know, into working 3 jobs and only getting paid this much, you know. But if I put that same amount in entrepreneurship, I could totally get a lot more out of it than what I'm getting from my...
By the way, nice shirt.
Oh, yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur. By the way, for those of you watching this, I have 1 shirt left. But for those of you that share this video, I've got 1 shirt. Could you share that show? I am an entrepreneur. Right? This is for my CEO, founder, PHP Agency. This is from Value Team. But I have 1 shirt for you guys, a nice plastic wrap, unopened, fresh. Matter of fact, if you want me to, I'll actually put my little autograph on the plastic. So it's not like it's valuable anyway. But if you share this, I'll pick a random person here that shares this video, whether on YouTube, on Twitter, or on Facebook. You share this link about our show of Living Money Smart and this podcast, The Movement. I'll give a free T-shirt for somebody out there living the life, want to make tough decisions. I'm an entrepreneur. Cool. So you guys are together. How sweet. Right? By the way, was that a tough decision? Huh?
Since day one.
Easy decision though, right? Okay, cool. I'm gonna dig for the tough decisions here. So we connected on social media. Why were you looking for a different company, friend, mentor in business in the first place? Why were you looking? Well, you were already set there for 3.5 years. What kept you with your eyes open for opportunity?
So, I mean, I'm a loyal person, you know. I was loyal to the practice company I started from. And since day one, through good and bad, I will do whatever it takes to be there. But sadly, some things happened dramatically. They happened overnight, just quick. And they kind of, I don't know, till today they haven't told me exactly what really happened. They just can always go around the question. But they let me go.
So you and your business partners had a falling out. Okay, yeah. So that's a tough decision right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it really is because, I mean, I dropped out of school. You know, I had a semester left at San Jose State University, and I dropped out of school to join the previous company so they can just hype me up, tell me my goals and dreams, and just all of a sudden just take them away from me like that. It was tough.
Yeah.
I felt like the whole life was coming down on me.
Yep.
And I didn't have an exit plan. I didn't have a plan B or plan C. My plan
was you're all A.
Plan A.
Yeah.
So it was tough, you know. It was tough saying that it pretty much left me out to die, to say go back to a job and go earn $10, $20 an hour, whatever people get paid nowadays.
Crazy.
And that's something I didn't want, you know. I know I'm worth more than that. I know I'm worth thousands an hour. So like, you tell me I can be with you just because you don't want me doesn't mean I want to quit. Like, I'm going to go find that next, a plan B, a plan C. I'm going to make it happen because I'm a go-getter. So, I kept researching, doing my research with different companies. Some were okay, some were cute. But eventually, I fell in love with PHP. You know, there's something about it that just caught my attention. I was like, this is the one.
Bam.
And I told my significant baby, I found this right here. She was very scared at the moment. And she's like, no, what do you mean we're going to go somewhere else? You know, let's try to figure out and stay here. I'm like, why? I mean, babe, they don't want us here. What are we going to do here?
Yeah.
When I'm not going to beg either. And we went back, talked to the superior leaders in the business and everything. But they all shut down our doors, closed. So, all right, I got to run the numbers. Makes sense? I got to run the rule of large numbers. So we kept found you. You do a lot of Instagram, a lot of YouTube. And I found you on YouTube. I saw some really great videos of you. Then I was like, all right, it's PHP. I like it. I searched different leaders that are in the business, and for some reason you caught my attention. Your energy, your vibe, your aura. I could tell you the way you speak, the way you carry yourself. That's money smart. I like that. So,
plus, he likes cigars too.
Yeah. So so I shot you a message on Instagram,
Yeah.
You replied. Took you a couple
4
hours.
days to be exact.
4 days to be exact. Took me 4 days. My apologies. 4 days to get back to him.
You're playing the waiting game on me.
It's playing hard to get.
But I'm consistent and I follow up. Makes sense.
Sure.
Makes sense. But I'm very consistent. I don't give up. When I want something, I get after it. But I mean, eventually, you spoke to me real quick through a couple messages, and you told me, "Hey, you kicking tires, or what's up? Are you for reals?" Another brother, I'm for reals.
Yeah.
I'm serious, man.
Yeah.
You've been looking for me.
So that was Wednesday.
Yeah.
That was a week. That was a week ago.
A week ago.
That was 7 days ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly.
And so based on that tough decision, we reached out. We decided to make a business decision that day, and he makes a business decision to invest in a plane ticket, room and board on their own dime to come out here to Oak Brook, and they've been out here since Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's an employee mentality. Excuse me, that's an entrepreneurship mentality. Employee mentality, we're like, aren't you going to pay for my ticket, room and board? But they're entrepreneurs, right?
Exactly.
I am an entrepreneur, right? I'm an entrepreneur. Let's talk about that real quick. So I'm pretty sure you're bouncing these ideas past your significant other here. Like, what do we do? And I remember you telling me you had a few choices to make.
Yeah.
So some options to be a little bit more logical, pragmatic, and less emotional, yes? Especially being Puerto Rican.
Yes.
You tend to be very emotional, right?
Very feisty.
Yeah.
Oh, you would know.
Here.
But well, he's a lot of an action person. So he wants something done right there and there. And if he wants something, he'll do it in the moment. I'm more of a like, okay, let's analyze this. Let's take a step back. Let's see what our options are. So we make a perfect couple in that. Because I was like, look, these are our options. This, and this. I was like, which one do you want? And he's like, let's try all of them. Let's go for all.
Of course he would. Machine.
I was like, you know what? And I at the moment, I feel like that was the best decision, because then in the future, we won't be able to say, well, we should have done this, or we should have tried that. We've seen everything, all our options, and we're like, you know what? We're gonna go for everything. And me and him were really religious also. So I was like, you know what?
Very tight with our faith.
With our faith.
Okay,
we're
gotcha.
in our faith.
Awesome.
And when we put these options on the table, I was like, baby, we have to go to church. And we need to pray to God, and wherever God wants us to go, let's do this.
But I want to know, I'm sure you're watching, you want to know, what were her choices, what were her options? Inquiring minds want to know. So what were some of the logical options that you said, maybe this is what we need to figure out?
All right. So one of our options was to realign
basically reorganization of the
our
company.
organization, like in the company we were, just to realign everything. So that was one of our options. Another of our options was to do our own thing. We're entrepreneurs.
Completely start your own business.
Yeah, completely start our own business.
From scratch.
From scratch. Try to figure out that we're entrepreneurs, so we already kind of know how to run a business. We already know how to do that. So in that way. And our last option was to find a different company.
And find a new partner.
Find a new partner, something similar to what we were doing before. And so, we did all of that. We, like he said, we reached to the higher people to see if we could realign anything. We were like, you know what can we start? His mom, she's an entrepreneur. She owns Metro PCS stores.
Wow.
So I was like, let's that's an option. But that's not what he wanted to do. And our last option was you. So he was on social media. He's seen a couple other leaders and everything, and you stuck out to him. And he was like, babe, he's like, look at him. He kind of looks like me. We have the same comb over and everything. He's like, he's cool. I like this guy. So he wrote to you, and we went to church on Sunday.
Yeah.
And you replied to us. I think, was it Monday or Tuesday?
Either one.
So whatever the 23rd was.
I don't remember.
That was exactly. The 23rd, just to be specific. That was Tuesday. That was Tuesday.
It was a devastating Monday, by the way.
Yeah.
I was like, man, is he going to reply or not? What's going on?
Yeah.
No kidding. That was the playing hard to get part.
Yeah.
Right.
You had wrote to him, I think, was it Friday or Saturday? So then we went to church, and then you replied to us. That following.
Wow.
So I honestly, truly believe, this is where the path we were meant to take.
Wow. For those of our friends at PHP Agency that may be watching this, this sounds like a very similar story. It's the same story of my wife and I, Sheena Sapaula. So it's eerie that history is repeating itself in two different people, and a Mexican and a Puerto Rican Mexican. So cool. So those three choices. You know, I was thinking about the same thing too as well. So they said, "Hey Matt, how come you just don't start your own company in the Money Smart movement? How come you partner with PHP Agency?" Well, the end result is I'm a co-owner of PHP Agency today. But how come I didn't start that to begin with? Well, in the insurance industry, to do it right, you literally need $1 million. You literally need $1 million. You need executive staff, software, accounting, commissions department, compliance department, marketing materials, brochures, a home office, and then you got to hire and recruit your sales force. That'll run you an easy $500,000 to begin with, and by the time it's all said and done, it'll run you close to $1 million. I didn't have the capital at that point. Who's got an easy $500,000 to $1 million laying around to start an insurance company or insurance marketing organization? So instead of doing that, I chose to say, you know what? Let me just partner up with one. Let me take my talents, my abilities, and take them to South Beach. take my talents to an organization that's already established, and I can make it great. Right? That's an organization that's small, so that was my decision. A lot of people want to do that, but I didn't just want to go through the 3, 4, 5 years of any corporate life cycle in going through the formulation foundation phase. I wanted to catch a company and partner with a company that's already got some momentum going. I can take it to the next level. So cool. All right, so you go through those decision-making processes. Yeah. Now, tell me the real deal, man, and don't just say that because I'm sitting here. Yeah. What did you find when you came here to Oak Brook? You're making a tough decision. You're boarding a plane in faith. Yeah. Like, I hope this is what I thought it'd be. Yeah. What's the real deal?
And number one, I found the welcoming love. You know, that family environment that I've been looking for. I found some great mentorship from you. Somebody that actually cares and cares not just for yourself or your fan, for everybody else in the business, not just myself, everybody else in here. I see how they admire, they love you, and I see why. You know, your charisma, your outgoing. I was like, man, I see you. So I've been shadowing you. You know, I gotta be the same person when I get back to my office. I saw that. I saw the way you're very structured in the business. You keep it fun, the environment, keep it live, but you get back to business. You never steer away from business. So it's always this destination. You know where we're going and we're making big things. Yeah, but I mean, everything else is very similar, but better. It's like always. We spoke earlier. It's like a Macintosh and a PC. Same computer, do the same thing, but it's always some differences. One's run different, but a lot better.
They're both computers.
Yeah, exactly.
They're both companies, but one's a PC and one's a Mac.
Yeah.
And once you go to a Mac, you never go back. Right, Kevin? You got a Mac over there too, right? Yeah, you got a Mac. I got a Mac. And I remember going to a Mac, and you ever gone back to a PC?
No.
Like so I remember going one time because my Mac was out of battery, and I just needed to log into a website to print out something. Yeah. And I was using my friend's Dell computer. It's a PC, right? Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, I've got to punch 4 or 5 different extra buttons to do what one function of a Mac can do. Yeah. And that's the difference between the practice company, which you're experiencing, and what you're experiencing over here. Mm-hmm. They're both computers. They both function well, but one's much different.
Exactly.
Is that what you'd say? You would agree to that? 100%. What about you, Iris? What would you add to that?
Yeah, I wanted to add to that actually. Like we said in the previous company, it's the same. You know, there's a lot of similarities, but as I've been here for a couple days already, there's not many similarities. And
so you thought they were similar, but not very many.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're similar, but not so similar. And I've been analyzing, and I feel like the thing that's not so similar is that in every company, you know, is known for something. You know, I feel like the previous company we were in, it was known for its products. It has good products. This company, what outstands in this company is the people. Is the connection that you can make with the people. It's not only the products, because the products are also great,
sure,
but it's also the people that add to that. So it's something even more. You know, I feel, you know, and I was telling him, I was like, you know, I feel like I could be myself here. You know, like in before, I felt like I had to dress a certain way, talk a certain way, be a certain way. Yeah. You know, and they would tell me, oh, you have to do this, or you have to do that, or you can't do this. And, you know, I'm Puerto Rican. So I was like, no one's going to tell me what I can or I can't do.
Oh, check that out.
So when I came here, it was just a different vibe, a different aura, and the people were just so friendly. And I mean, the way you are, the way you're dressed with Jordans, with the caps, like, I like it, you're casual, but professional at the same time. And that's something that I like. I like to be myself.
Yeah.
I don't like to be somebody that I'm not, because I feel like that's what in a company, trust is the main fundament that it should be planted on. And if you're not yourself, then it's hard for people to trust you. And people could tell when you're not being yourself. Yeah. So when I was here, I was like, oh man, this is my people, Oh, mi gente aquí, But no, I love it, I love the environment. I love everything about it.
I think when I first picked you up at the hotel, and we were in the Escalade, and we were driving, and we talked to Patrick, right?
Yeah.
We talked to our CEO, founder, Patrick David. We got on a FaceTime with him. He looked at you guys. One of the first couple of sentences to him were, man, you look like us. You blend in well with guys and gals at PHP Agency, fellow entrepreneurs. Because, in the insurance industry, the average age of an insurance agent is a 59-year-old male, 59-year-old Caucasian male, right? The insurance industry has done such a poor job. Insurance industry has done such a poor job of recruitment and retention of new agents entering the field, and then keeping them there to be the next layer of leadership for the next 15, 20 years in our industry, in our field. And the insurance industry is one of those dinosaur industries. And lo and behold, here's a company called PHP Agency, us, coming in to disrupt a couple things inside the insurance industry and to increase speed, social media, what we're doing right now. Nobody in the insurance industry is doing this, and I'm calling you guys out because you aren't communicating to the public that this is a cool industry to be a part of. If you're not going to do it, we're going to do it. We're going to take leadership on it. So, and that's part of our tough decision. Nobody's doing it. Part of the tough decision is not doing what everybody else is doing. Part of making a better life for yourself, a choice to increase your lifestyle as an entrepreneur, is to go against the grain, go opposite of what everybody is doing. And we've chosen to do that. And my wife and I, we've been here for going on 2.5 years now. And we've been handsomely rewarded for our efforts and the team that we could just continue to attract. What words of advice would you give somebody out there who's watching this, either live or maybe on a replay? Say, you know what, you're facing a tough decision, and you're not sure if it's for the better, but you got to make it. Yeah. What advice would you give somebody out there to make a tough decision and go do it instead of procrastinating and worrying and being in fear?
First of all, always take action. You got to take action in life and whatever happens. Just be strong. Be mentally tough. I've seen obstacles in life. I see them as moments of growth. They're going to help me grow mindset-wise and help me become stronger. Mm-hmm. And obstacles are always in life, whether we're middle income, whether we're super wealthy. There's always obstacles in life. The only thing is I would rather deal with my problems when I'm wealthier, so that's when we're in the money business. Makes sense?
You'd rather deal with problems when you got money than without.
Exactly. But stay strong. Don't ever give up on your goals. Don't ever let any person tell you what you can do, what you can't do, how much you're worth. If, like I say, one door shuts, there's 1,000 more open for you. Keep fighting to get those yeses. Not stop to at the top. Always keep fighting, moving forward, because there's always going to be obstacles in life, regardless of whatever happens, whether it's in business, whether it's in your personal life, with your significant others. Always obstacles. Just keep moving forward. Life continues. Makes sense? Remember, one thing I keep in mind to myself that always help me kind of like cool down and control because I get all active and stuff. We're not here forever. We're gonna die sooner or later. You can see me up here on the podcast right now, fired up and everything. We leave in a car, and you're leaving in a car accident. We're done. Makes sense? So always keep moving forward. You stay close to God. God does things for a reason. I'm a strong believer in Him, and I know He everything that's happening to me is for a perfect path. I see if I would have stayed in the previous company, I wasn't going to grow to my full potential because they're always holding me down, trying to put me down. And I see the way you are. It makes sense. You always give us hope, give us a sense of light, give us that little inspiration that we need, a little tweak. It makes sense.
That's it.
But everything's possible. Just keep moving, keep fighting. Life's a hustle.
Yeah, you're going to find out. You're going to find it either way. You just don't want to be stuck.
Yeah.
Right? And not do anything. Because if you don't do anything, you're just going to get more of the same.
Exactly.
What about you? What would you add from a woman's perspective? You're about to make a tough decision. We've heard a lot from you during this podcast, during this live stream. Single mom, 3 jobs, go into business for yourself, partner up with a firm, not good partnership with a firm, find a new firm or start your own company. What would you add to what you're significant other, soon to be fiance, would say.
Still waiting for the ring, babe.
Whoa, you heard it right here, man.
Well, I'll just add to that, in life is just full of decisions. Every day you need to wake up. You need to make decisions after decisions. And sometimes we cannot control what happens to us in life. But one thing that we could definitely control is the way we react to it. So we could either choose to let those decisions define us or, break us. So my advice to you guys is, it's not what happens to you in life that is gonna, how can I say this? It's not what's happening to you in life. It's the way you react to it after. It's the decision you make after what happens. So that makes you. So don't let something, at the moment you might be going through something really difficult, and at the time it's like, man, this is probably the toughest thing that I've ever had to go through. But just remember, and if like I said, I'm a true believer in faith. Just remember, everything happens for a reason, and you might be in a storm, and in a storm you can't see what's ahead of you. But that's why the Bible says, us Christians, or if you're religious, you go by faith. And faith is something
not by sight, but by faith.
Yeah, and
there
faith
you go.
is something that you cannot see. So and maybe when you're going through that difficult time in your life, you might not be able to see, but God already knows. So just have faith in Him, and He'll have everything prepared for you. So
I love it. I got something to add to that too as well. You're going to find out who your real friends are.
Yes.
You make a tough decision, you're going to find out who your real friends are. And the real friends are the ones that don't profit from you anymore. I mean, in other words, if they're a real friend, they'll support you and encourage you and wish you well, regardless if they're profiting from you any longer. Like you're talking about partnerships. Maybe sometimes people are partners because they're making money together, but remove the money part. Then you remove the money part, you remove the business partnership part, then the character of the relationship is exposed. If they're dogging you out, they're spreading rumors about you, gossip, that's what happened to me. Still happens to me. I don't care. I just do my thing. What you said, I'm free. I do my thing, and I'm glad that people do talk about me, do talk about us, because that means that we're worthy of being talked about. And the more we keep performing, the more we keep doing, the more we keep disrupting, the more we make you uncomfortable, the more you got to stay accountable to what we do, because that's what we're going to continue to do. We're going to do us. We're going to still serve and help, become entrepreneurs, and make a significant difference in our lives, as well as what you talked about earlier, creating generational wealth. And not just for our kids, but our kids, kids. That's the way we're thinking. And listen, there's people that have left my firm, and I wish them well. And here's my hope as a leader. That when I build a company, and sadly, people part ways, that happens to any company. There's drama with any company. There's no such thing as a perfect company. There's always going to be issues. But my hope and desire that if people leave us, they leave me better off with me than before they found me. In other words, they're better after me than before I met them for the very first time. They're more wise about life. They're more wise about business. They're licensed in the financial industry. They made money. They made a career. If hard work and personality clashes happen and we happen to part ways, well, so be it. No problem. But I wish them well. And what I find 100% of the time, they're better after us than they were before us. And if you have so-called friends and mentors that you spent some time with, and they're bad-mouthing and talking you, well, quite frankly, they weren't really your friends.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called a superficial relationship.
Yeah.
And if you live life with 4 or 5 good friends, and you chose to make the tough decision be with those 4 or 5 friends, then you've had a very successful life. It's not like having hundreds and dozens of people. They respect you, but friends? See, to me, I call friends like family, man.
Yeah.
It's very close. Because family, right? DNA, we have a saying here, DNA is what connects you and your relatives. Right? Your DNA maker is what connects you, your first generation, second generation, grandma, grandpa, parents. DNA is what connects you, your relatives. But family is who believes in you. And so I hope that you are watching this and you're seeking out and making tough decisions about your relationships, about your friends. Especially all these NFL athletes right now going through OTAs and signing their NFL contracts. That you're very wise on who you choose as friends, because sometimes guys just want to leech on you. You know that. But why do you feel such a lack of self-esteem in you that you got to pay them to be around, for them to be around you? You shouldn't do that. You should pay for the right people to be around you. You should be paying for people to bring value to you, not suck value from you. If you're the smartest and richest guy in your circle of friends, change your friends. Because you need to be around people that make you feel uncomfortable. In other words, making you reach up to the next level. So there's some people that have been sharing our stuff. Let me just refresh this. We got Kimberly Michelle. What's going on, Kim? Sharing this. Thank you very much. We've got Leo Escobar. We have an Escobar watching us, man. Oh, we have Leo Escobar watching us. Noel Berry. Rich, Big Daddy Love. We don't eat Chinese food. We don't eat Chinese food. Richard Love says we don't eat Chinese food at PHP. Oh, it's messed up. It's messed up, Rich. Yes. All right. We have quite a few shares. So why don't we do this? Would you care? I'm gonna scroll here and you pick the winner. Okay.
Okay.
You pick the winner of the T-shirt here as we're closing off the show. So here, you go ahead and you scroll up. You know how to work a Mac? The winner of this T-shirt. And make sure you stay tuned to our YouTube channel here. Make sure you please subscribe and hit notifications, as well as staying posted here to our Facebook page at Money Smart Guy Matt Sapaula. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to be picking a winner here in a second of who's earning this free T-shirt.
Wait, what size is it?
We'll make this fit any size, right? It's medium.
Medium.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's not.
Oh, here, maybe 2 fingers. Yeah, 2 fingers. There you go.
All right.
There you go.
I'm just gonna.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's do. Who's that?
Veronica. You picked Veronica. Of course, you picked the Puerto Rican. All right. So she picked Veronica Cruz Garcia, the winner of our shirt right here. I think this is her size, actually. Very good. Excellent. But listen, I want you guys to know, so congratulations, Veronica Garcia, for being chosen by the other fellow Puerto Rican. It's a Puerto Rican thing.
It is. We
Yeah.
just have that 2 cents.
Yeah,
I got you, Veronica.
and from what I know of her, because I know her a lot more than you at this point, she's also a single mom. So there you are. Either it's for you, Veronica, or it's for your boys. This shirt, I am an entrepreneur. I also want to share that we do a weekly vlog of Living Money Smart called Living Money Smart. We would love for you guys to subscribe to our channel on YouTube and Facebook and watch this weekly vlog of a veteran entrepreneur, yours truly, building an agency. Right now, our latest climb is getting from our current income to over $1 million in cash flow, and we're documenting that through our weekly vlog. That's how I got to meet Kavan, our producer of this show. By the way, appreciate him. I met him yesterday, so if you guys would love to host your own podcast, can I plug you, man? All right. If you'd like to have your own podcast like we are doing right now, go to this website at freshairenetwork.com. We'll be posting the link here at the bottom, freshairenetwork.com. Whether you want to host your own podcast at his studio or you want to get some headshots for your Facebook profile or social media profile, make sure you connect with Kavan at freshairenetwork.com. And before I close off this show, where can people find you both?
You can find me on Facebook. My name is Edgar Diaz. Just type in Edgar Diaz. I'm a sharp guy in a suit in there. You can go on Instagram and find me at CEO_Feria, which means money in Spanish. Yeah, that's my name. Find me there.
Awesome. And where can people find you, Iris?
On Facebook, it's underneath Cismai Avelar. That's my first name, Cismai. It's really unique. And on Instagram, I think it's the same, Cismai Avelar. So
Gotcha. But she goes by Iris.
I go by Iris. It's a lot easier to pronounce.
Business request only, please.
Yeah, that's
checking
very.
them. I got the
It's the block, please, right? And I'm big brother. I'm big brother. Yeah, there's significant other, but I'm big brother.
Exactly.
Hey, yeah, mess with her, we got to deal with me. Got to deal with us. So with that being said, make sure we share your links also on this too as well. Thanks for tuning in here on the podcast, The Movement, and make sure you tune into our show, Living Money Smart, and we're encouraging you to push through in making that tough decision, because a tough decision on the other side most likely will be the best decision. Till we meet again, continue to live smart, continue to love smart, and be money smart today. Thanks for tuning in. God bless you guys.